Hello, friends. In this session, let's discuss some important questions from John Donne's poems Batter My Heart and Canonization. First question: John Donne is frequently associated with the metaphysical school of poetry. Who first used the term metaphysical to describe this group in a critical sense? Option A: T.S. Eliot, B: Samuel Johnson, C: John Dryden, D: Alexander Pope. The answer is Samuel Johnson. Samuel Johnson coined the term metaphysical poets in his work Lives of the Most Eminent English Poets to describe poets like John Donne and Abraham Cowley. Second question: which event in Donne's life led to his famous punning line, John Donne, Anne Donne, undone? Option A: his conversion to Anglicanism, B: his appointment as Dean of St. Paul's, C: his secret marriage to Anne More, and D: his imprisonment for debt. The answer is option C: John Donne's secret marriage to Anne More. In 1601, Donne secretly married the 17-year-old niece of his employer, Sir Thomas Egerton, without her father's permission. This act ruined his promising political career and led to a long period of poverty and professional struggle. Third question: before his eventual ordination in the Church of England, John Donne was born into a family of which religious faith? Option A: Roman Catholicism, B: Presbyterianism, C: Quakerism, D: Lutheranism. Answer is option A: Roman Catholicism. Donne was born into a staunchly Catholic family during a time when Catholics were persecuted in England. Question 4. The opening line, Batter my heart, three-person God, refers to which theological concept? Option A: the Apostles' Creed, option B: the Holy Trinity, option C: the Ten Commandments, and option D: the Stations of the Cross. The answer is option B: the Holy Trinity. The three-person God refers to the Christian Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I like an usurped town to another due. In this line, to what does the speaker compare himself? A: singing ship, B: an usurped town, C: a barren desert, D: a broken mirror. The answer is option B: an usurped town. The speaker compares his soul to a town that belongs to God but has been illegally occupied by an enemy power. It is a military metaphor which emphasizes the speaker's inability to free himself from sin without divine force. Next question. In Batter My Heart, who is described as God's viceroy that should defend the speaker? Option A: faith, B: passion, C: reason, D: the king. Answer is C: reason. Reason is personified as the official representative or governor sent by God to manage the soul. Question 7. What paradox does Donne use to conclude Batter My Heart regarding his spiritual freedom? Option A: I am free when I am dead. Option B: except you enthrall me, never shall be free. Option C: truth is a lie. Option D: silence is the loudest prayer. The answer is option B: except you enthrall me, never shall be free. Donne argues that he can only be truly free if God completely enslaves or enthralls him. It is a central metaphysical theme where two opposites are linked to express a spiritual truth. Question 8. In Batter My Heart, the speaker claims to be betrothed to whom? Option A, the church. Option B, God's enemy. Option C, the world. Option D, death. Answer is option B. The speaker uses legal and marital imagery to describe his unfortunate bond with sin or Satan. He pleads for God to divorce him and untie or break that knot so he can return to his rightful master. Question 9. The imagery of break, blow, burn, and make me new in Batter My Heart is an example of option A, personification, B, onomatopoeia, C, alliteration and plosive sounds, D, euphemism. The answer is C, alliteration and plosive sounds. The heavy use of the letter B creates a violent, percussive sound that mirrors the batter action requested. These verbs, break, blow, burn, and make me new, represent the destructive actions required to purify the speaker's soul for a new beginning. Question 10. What is the speaker's tone in the first line of canonization? For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me love. Option A, respectful. B, impatient and conversational. C, depressed. D, fearful. The correct answer is option B, impatient and conversational. The poem Canonization begins in media res, in the middle of a conversation, with an abrupt and defiant command. This aggressive opening is characteristic of Donne's break from the gentle, idealized Petrarchan style of poetry. Question 11. In the canonization, what does the speaker suggest his critic should flout instead of his love? Option A, the political climate. Option B, his ruined fortune or grey hairs. Option C, the weather. Option D, the state of the army. The answer is option B, his ruined fortune or grey hairs. The speaker in the poem tells his critic to mock his physical age or financial failure rather than his relationship. He suggests the critic should focus on their own career or wealth rather than bothering him. Question 12. In the stanza starting with Alas, alas, who is injured by my love, the speaker uses which rhetorical device? Option A, litotes. Option B, rhetorical questions. Option C, hyperbole. And option C, chiasmus. The correct answer is option B, rhetorical questions. The speaker asks several questions to prove that his private love does not harm merchantships, crops, or the public health. Question 13. Which mythical bird does Donne use in the canonization to explain how the two lovers become one? Option A, the eagle. Option B, the dove. Option C, the phoenix. And option D, the nightingale. Answer is option C, the phoenix. The phoenix is a bird that dies and is reborn from its own ashes, representing how the lovers die and rise the same. Question 14. What does the speaker mean by we'll build in sonnets pretty rooms? Option A, they are building a new physical house. Option B, their love will be immortalized in verse. Option C, they are going to live in a church. Option D, they are writing a diary. The correct answer is option B, their love will be immortalized in verse. The word stanza in Italian language means room. So the speaker is saying they will live on through his poetry. This reinforces the idea that poetry is a small but perfect space to hold their greatest ashes. Question 15. What is the central metaphysical conceit in the comparison involving a well wrought urn? Option A, death is inevitable. Option B, a small poem can hold as much greatness as a large monument. Option C, love is fragile like pottery. And option D, the body is a vessel for the soul. The correct answer is option B. Donne compares a sonnet to a well wrought urn that is just as significant as half-acre tomb. Question 16. How does the poem The Canonization end? Option A, with the death of the lovers. Option B, with a prayer from future lovers to the saints of love. Option C, with a curse on the critic. And option D, with a royal degree. The correct answer is option B, with a prayer from future lovers to the saints of love. The poem imagines that future lovers will invoke the current couple as saints. Question 17. What is the term canonization traditionally referred to in a religious context? Option A, being exiled. Option B, being ordained as a priest. Option C, being officially declared a saint. Option D, being buried in a cathedral. The correct answer is option C, being officially declared a saint. Donne uses the sacred religious term canonization for a secular romantic purpose, blending of the sacred and the profane in a defining character of metaphysical poetry. Question 18. In the canonization, the phrase tappers too and at our own cost die uses a pun on die to refer to option A, bankruptcy. Option B, the physical act of dying and sexual climax. Option C, loss of faith. And option D, extinguishing a candle. The correct answer is option B, the physical act of dying and sexual climax. Question 19. In the canonization, the speaker says, they drove into the glasses of your eyes, countries, towns, courts. This refers to option A, travel. Option B, the eyes reflecting the whole world as mirrors. Option C, blindness. Option D, political exile. The correct answer is option B, the eyes reflecting the whole world as mirrors. The lover's eyes become mirrors and spies that contain the entire world within them. Question 20. Batter My Heart is structured as which type of poem? Option A, Shakespearean sonnet. Option B, Spenserian sonnet. Option C, Petrarchan or Italian sonnet. And option D, villanelle. The correct answer is option C, Petrarchan or Italian sonnet. Question 21. What does the speaker mean by observe his honor or his grace or the king's real or his stamped face in the canonization? Option A, watch a play. Option B, go to church. Option C, study art. Option D, pursue political favor or collect money. The correct answer is option D, pursue political favor or collect money. Question 22. The phrase neutral thing in the canonization describes option A, an indifferent person. Option B, the union of the lovers where gender distinctions vanish. Option C, a boring life. Option D, a peace treaty. The correct answer is option B, the union of the lovers where gender distinctions vanish. Question 23. In the final lines of the canonization, the lovers are asked to beg from above a pattern of your love. This means option A, they should ask for money. B, they should intercede with God to show others how to love. Option C, they should buy new clothes. Or option D, they should ask for forgiveness. The correct answer is option B, they should intercede with God to show others how to love.